Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing good. Now we are going to understand about NumPy datetime and its applications. So without delay guys, let us start. So here we are with our datetime part. Why we need datetime guys here? We need datetime to, for example, if you are working with any kind of data set which is having a datetime column in that. So during that time, what do you have to do? You need the data, like you need to extract the data based on monthly, based on quarterly, based on yearly or daily output. So during that time, you can use this functionalities. And in case of time series analysis data, so where you are analyzing any stock data, right? You need trend of any stock based on quarterly or monthly. You want to see how that deviates, that trend is deviating, and based on that you have to either take that stock or not. You have to consider that stock for your you know uh, for your analysis or something, right? So during that time you can use date time 64, and it has something efficient method because it is faster and it is easy to manipulate, right? So we have again guys here different codes by MWD. So when you are inserting any date and you want to get only the year part, so you can use Y. And if you want to get yearly data during that time also, you can give Y over there and you will get all yearly data getting fetched. Similarly for month it is M, for week it is W, and for day it is D. Similarly, we have hour, minute, second, like that we have milliseconds and all the different kind of seconds till that you can take. And why it is getting and why you are denoting this as a date time 64, because 64 bit has a higher bit storage, I can say, per bit, and it can save till auto seconds if needed. That's why, like, because of the high storage, we are preferring this. Now let us see the first example. So here what I have taken a like NumPy as NP, that is our first heading, first statement, that when we are working, we need to import the library. Then this is how I am this is how I am calling the date time functions with date time 64, right? Date time 64, and the first line I am getting the day. Okay, so like I'm getting the date which I have given as a string input, right? This is again presented as a string only, right? Similarly, in the second line, I am getting the output of full date time. Full date time, that means date along with time component, right? And this one you have given as an input. That's why whatever the input you have given, it is giving you that. Now let us see the next example. So here, if you want something specific units, right? Units mean what guys? Either year or date, right? So you can get like this. So the same thing, same date I have given as a Y, like I need the year part of that. So I am getting year. So the same date I want D, that means is going to give me the date, right? Similarly, in the next example, I am going to fetch the current date and time. Like what is the current? What is the now? Current means even we have done in our other language, right? We are doing date time dot now. So when I'm doing date time dot now, it is going to give me the current date and time, right? Of the day. So similarly here, you can just input like this, like again everything inside datetime 64 test is presented as a string. So if you'll see the doc string, it's telling that it created from string. It is a presentation of string. That's why you are giving now. So you cannot give like this, like without quotation you cannot give input there. So you need to give any input inside that with quotations, double quotations or single quotation, right? Anything. So Python does not have that limitation that you have to have take double quotation. You can take single quotation. Mostly we are taking single quotations for better visualization and presentation. Similarly, we have today's date. So how we are getting? We need to give today, now, right? Now means it is going to give you date time of today. If you want only today's date, you can just give today and it will give you the day, right? Like it will not give you the time associated. Now let us see another example which will create the arrays of datetime 64. Arrays of datetime 64 means again what is coming into your mind, guys. We need to create NP array, right? So what I did, I have taken a np.array and I have inserted some dates there. So and this already I have told you, when we are using date type, internally it is converting me to that date, to that data type, which is nothing but datetime 64, right? But our type of array should be always ND array, right? ND array, n dimensional array. That is a type, right? The same thing and the same thing. I like what I got an array, right? Now I want to convert, I want to iterate over the items. How we can do it? We have again something called date time in Python, right? So we can use that, and I already told you how to iterate over the list and how we can do it, right? I want to get each item or dates array. So this is how we can get it. So you can see now I am getting all, like here I'm printing the Python datetime list. So it is giving me datetime.date, right? The first date, the second date, and third. Like it has converted into single unit, right? Now I want to see the type of dates array. It is giving me ND array. And now I want to see the type of Python datetime list. It is giving me a list, right? So ultimately, when we will convert it to a single item, what it is going to give you? It is going to give you list, right? And from that list, you have to get each and every. So this one, in like basically what I'm saying, this ND array is converted to datetime Python list, right? So this is how you can convert it from any ND array to any list. Next, we will understand. We have arrange, right? We have arrange. So how you will use arrange for date and time? So we have, like I want to get months of like for some sequential months. I want. So what I did, I have taken np.arrange, and let me take another one. So what I did, I have taken some months here. You can see this is August, this is September, this is October, right? And I want the date time of those months. So how to do that again? D type, I have to take like this. That means, okay, that means what it is? I want the dates only of those months. If I want, I'll do like this. That means by default, it has to take could not convert object to numpy delta time. And okay, that's a future month. Maybe that's why it is not giving me output. Okay, so what exactly is happening here? We have August month. Okay, we have September month. Again, date time is very clumsy to understand. And we have something called D type, which will give me the delta or the time or the dates between this and this. So let us see what is the output I am getting. So I am getting the output till 31st August. Now let me just change it to like this 9 and 10 what are okay, so arrange will take for only 1 month and it will give you that date. It will take multiple months, it is not able to give you that dates. So now you can see it gave me the the date of that date in August 29. Now let me see what it. Okay. So by default, it is taking the first element and all the dates it is giving me of that. Right? Now let us see another example where we are subtracting the dates. So again, we have one date and we have another date and we want to get the difference of it. So it's just simple. You need to put subtract symbol and it is a difference. So basically, what is the output I am getting? Okay, so if I want, let me just give another. See. So if you see, I want to extract months as a difference. So if you will not give anything, by default it is giving you the dates, right? Or the days, number of days of that particular month. Now I want to get, okay, so it is giving me 2 months. Now let me just change it like this. It is giving me 2 months because one should be higher. The top one should be higher and the below one should be lower to get the difference, right? Otherwise, it is going to give you in minus. So yeah, now let me get the y part whether it is working or not. Let us see that. Okay, now let me change this to 6. So yeah, it is giving me 1 year difference, right? So specific, it is not giving 1 year how many months, but it is going to number of years. So like that, you can get the differences of like with that difference, you can get days, you can get months, you can get years, right? Similarly, addition and subtraction with time delta. We have again one more important concept. We have understood date time 64. We just need to use LP dot date time 64. Similarly, we can get time delta. So what is the time delta? So time delta is used to know future dates or months or years or past months or dates or years. Can use time delta. So here what I did, I want to get future dates, right? Or you want to know, okay, what happened before 5 years or before 10 years on that particular day. So you can use this time delta. As the name says time delta, time difference it is, right? So what I did, I have taken a date. And I want the days, number of days, what will happen, like what is the date I'm going to get after 7 days. This is how you can do. And P dot time delta 64 and I like what is the date? What is the delta you want? I need 7 days. And what exactly you want out of it? You want a month or you want a date? I need a date. If you want month, you can give like this M. If you want year, you can give like this. So I want a date. So my future date, it is what it is. After 7 days, my date is going to be 7/9/2025. Sorry, my bad. So like this, you can get. So if you want after 14 days, what is going to be? So it's 14/9/2025. Like that, you can get future. So if you want, what was the date before 14 days? This is going to give you 17/8/2025. My date before 14 days. So this is how either you can do plus or minus. You want future date, you can do plus. You want past dates, you can do minus. Now let us see another example. Similarly, one more example I have taken. Let's see. So here, no future. Okay, this is again another example I have taken. Days after 30 days, I have taken start date. Then I have taken NP. Same. It's another example I want to show. So I have. Now let us see another example. How to extract year, month, and days. How to extract year, month, and day. This is how we can do. So I have taken a time, date time. Okay. Now I want to know the year of it. So if you want to know the year, there is something called dot as type. What is the type we want to get from that date? I need date time 64 inside bracket y. Y means I want the particular year of that single particular date time. So what it is going to give me? It is going to give me 2025. And why I have taken as type? As type is I want a type of date time only. Similarly, if you want to extract month, you can just put M beside bracket. So it's a like what I can say. If you'll take this particular variable or the particular data type, not variable, my bad, the data type. So like I can say it is presented with three arrays. The index is going to be D, M, and Y. And whenever you are fetching something, you need to use Y or M or D. And let us see what I'm getting. Okay, I'm getting month, right? What is a month? And I'm getting a day. This is how you can get another way. This is another way to extract year, month, and day. Similarly, we have something called not a type, which indicates NaN like integer or notable. So, most of the times you are getting data sets where there will be something called NaN value, right? Not a number. Similarly, if you see not a time, NAT in those columns, so you will be able to understand, okay, that is not a time. Again, this is a representation of null in terms of date type. It's a not a time, NAT. Just like NaN, it is NAT. Similarly, we have again we have another example which will show you today, yesterday, and tomorrow with the types or the indications, right? These are indications or types. Either you can put Y, D, M, or W. So here today I want, so today's, let me run it. Now yesterday, today minus one day, like I want how to get yesterday. You just need to give delta, right? Minus np dot time delta. Like I have already told you this, right? Time delta you can use plus or minus. For future you can get plus, for past dates you can give minus, and you can pass the numbers here, right? Correct? Now let us see what is the next thing I'm doing. So I want to fetch the dates in March. I want to know, okay, what were the dates in March 2023? How to get it, right? So what I did, I have taken dates, and I want how to do it. I have already shown in the top examples that you need to take the first date and you need to take the second date. You need to take the D type to generate dates, months, or year. Use arrange, right? Now let us see the months. So months, how to get it? np dot arrange again. Okay, this is another example I have taken. So in the first example, what I did, let me just give a comment this, so it will be easier for us to understand one by one. Otherwise it is going to be merged. So I am going to get dates. So how to get dates? This. So I got all dates, right? All dates of March. So I want to get months, particularly. From this to this, I want to get months. From 1/3/2023 to 1/8/2023. How to get it? Date time 64. M means it is going to give him months. Now let me comment this and let me uncomment this and see what is out. See, months of 2023 required are P, like, which is March 23, April 23, May, June and July, right? And again guys, this last in arrange, I have already told you the last value won't be included in our NumPy exercises. I have already told you, right? So when we are giving arrange 1, 20, so it is going to take you 1 to 19 value and it is going to give you the steps accordingly. Okay, now let us see another example which will tell me, okay, days of week, how to calculate days of week. So I have taken the first initial date. Okay, now I have taken an initial date. Okay, my bad. Excuse me. So I have taken an initial date and I have taken year. So in year, what I did, I have taken as type. As type, I want year of that date. That means if I am taking this 31st 8 2025, it is going to extract me 2025 out of it. And I want month. So month, what it is going to give me? It is going to give me this part, 2025-08, right? Now, if I want the days of the week, what I have to do? I want date particular. Then from which date I want the days. Let me just change this for better understanding. Let me just take it 2023. And I want, what is the type? I want the days, right? So time delta 64, day. D means days. So what it is going to do to calculate number of days present between the given dates. So my starting date is 1st January 2023 and my given date is 31st August 2025. Now let's see what are the days present. So it is telling me 973 days are present between this and this. So easy, right? First take the first date, start date, then take the end date. How to get the end date? You need to take again np.date times 64. You will get the difference. First you need to get the difference of dates. Then what you have to do? You need to get the time delta. Time delta, what it is going to do? It is going to generate me a number of days present in that. That's how you will get, right? Now let us see another example. So here in this one, I have taken 2017. Like I want to know first Monday of month for a given month range, okay? Like it's a business days, non-business days, how to understand that. So this is how you can do it. What I have done, I have taken 1st March 2017 to 1st April 2017 and I want I want everything with thumbs up dates, right? Like all the dates it is going to give me. I'll print it. Then I want the first Monday. So how to do it? Dates in March. Then you have to do np dot is business day. There is something called np dot is. So if you see there are so many is. Like is what my each business date is going to tell you whether that's a business day or not. Similarly, if is closed, that means if that system, like if that particular attribute is closed or not, is complex, if it's a complex number or not, complex object or not, right? If it is a data type or not, right? Finite, then Fortran is in. If it is in or not, is INF, is nan, is nan means it's not, is not a number, right? If it is not a number, then it is going to give you the output like nat, then like IF. So here I am telling that if busy day, like if business day or not, then what I have to give. So it is telling, is giving me the dates in March. First I have to give input, which date, then week mask. Okay, week mask means I want the Monday, and this is something advanced NumPy concept, guys. We will understand. Then we have masked array and all. So then we will understand this concept. But now just understand how to fetch it. And I'm going to cover that in future video. So we have dates in March. We have week mask, which is like, what is the week? First date, right? We need Monday, and you are going to assign it like you want the first day of it, right? So let's see what I'm doing. So it is telling that from this particular month, my first Monday will come on 6/3/2017. Now let me see if I want Tuesday. The first Tuesday. And let me just change it to Tuesday. Or let me do one thing. Let me just see. I want to see one thing. Is a business day. Now I want to know what I'm getting. Okay. So when I am telling dates in March, right? That's again an array, correct? So how to calculate? If I'll remove this, I'm going to get all. Right? All Mondays it is giving me. If I want to get one single particular element, I just need to get like this. This is how you're indexing, guys, correct? Right? So with this, we have completed our date time. Well, that is all for now, guys. We will understand few more NumPy concepts which we have. So start subscribing, like, share your comments, share your feedback, share it with all your friends. And till that time, see you